A single photograph, captured on January 26, 1976, draws us into a world of elegant celebration and deep familial bonds. Taken by John Whitman for Washington Dossier, it shows a grand tribute at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. It is a night to honor Roger L. Stevens, the founding chairman whose vision shaped this landmark institution into a beacon for American culture. Yet at the heart of this image stands Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, aged 85, posed beside her youngest son, Senator Ted Kennedy. Together, they symbolize a long and intricate family narrative, one woven from public service, personal warmth, faith, and a surprising dash of mischief. Rose's story began well before she became the Kennedy matriarch. Born Rose Elizabeth Fitzgerald on July 22, 1890, in Boston's North End, she was the daughter of John Francis "Honey" Fitzgerald, a beloved mayor who infused her childhood with the rhythms of civic life, campaign stops, parades, and a commitment to connecting with people from all walks of society. Even in her youth, Rose exhibited a disciplined elegance, foreshadowing her future role guiding one of America's most influential families. In 1914, she married Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. Together, they raised 9 children: Joseph Jr., John the future president, Rosemary, Kathleen, Eunice, Patricia, Robert, Jean, and Ted. The table at home was a classroom in its own right, featuring spirited debates on current events, faith, and family responsibilities. Yet behind Rose's polished demeanor lay a playful side that delighted in harmless pranks like trading sugar for salt or orchestrating little surprises for unsuspecting family members. Her youngest son, Ted, often found himself on the receiving end of her gentle jokes. By the mid-20th century, the Kennedys were firmly entwined with Washington's corridors of power. Their summers, however, remained anchored in Hyannis port, where sailing, laughter, and large dinner gatherings became a cherished tradition. Through triumphs and sorrows, Rose's humor and steadfast moral compass helped define the Kennedy spirit, a balance of duty, devotion, and a dash of fun. That spirit is palpable in the photograph from January 26, 1976, when the spotlight fell on the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Despite being only a few years old, it had quickly become an essential venue for showcasing music, theater, and dance. Roger L. Stevens had been instrumental in its creation, but that evening all eyes were on Rose Kennedy and Senator Ted Kennedy, who stood together to honor the arts and their family's legacy. Those in attendance might have glimpsed Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis as well, a quiet affirmation of how deeply the Kennedy name resonated with this cultural hub dedicated to the memory of President John F. Kennedy. Even today, amid a climate often marked by stark differences and clashing perspectives, the Kennedy Center stands as a testament to a core principle championed by John F. Kennedy himself, that the arts can serve as a neutral, unifying ground for diverse voices. The center's very ethos, rooted in JFK's vision for a vibrant, inclusive cultural sphere, remains vital. In its concert halls and theaters, artists and audiences from varying backgrounds come together, finding common humanity in music, dance, opera, and beyond. This commitment to bridging differences through creative expression reflects the optimism the Kennedy family has long exhibited, a faith in dialogue, a belief in service, and a recognition that art can speak to everyone, regardless of ideology or creed. Rose, who lived to 104, embodied the enduring hope that culture and community can uplift society. She would likely have approved of the continuing efforts to make the Kennedy Center a space where all are invited to partake in artistic exploration, one that nurtures both emerging talent and seasoned performers, and fosters discussions that transcend political divides. In a world grappling with change and uncertainty, this philosophy of creative inclusivity resonates with her family's understanding that compassion and humor are just as crucial as policy and procedure. In a number of Washington bars today, a cocktail named the Rose Kennedy pays homage to her refined yet lively nature. A variation on the classic Cape Codder vodka, club soda, and a splash of cranberry, it brings to mind her blend of discipline and playfulness. Ordering one can feel like a subtle toast to a family that, across generations, valued the enduring power of art and the unstoppable optimism of a free society. Gazing again at that 1976 photograph, one sees more than just a formal gathering of prominent figures. It is a window into Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy's remarkable presence, part grand dame, part prankster, and a reminder that the Kennedy Center, dedicated to her late son, stands as a space where multiple viewpoints find a stage and all sorts of voices can be heard. Even in the solemn hush of a tribute, Rose wore a knowing smile, as though she understood that the best legacies are built not just on ceremony, but on the shared experiences, laughter, and creativity that bring people together. References include Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy's memoir, Times to Remember, the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum archives, the Kennedy Center's historical records, and newspaper accounts from sources like the Boston Globe and the Washington Post detailing Rose's spirited personality and her family's commitment to the arts. Taken together, these sources and the image itself affirm that the values woven into the center's mission, openness, cultural dialogue, and human connection, are the very essence of the Kennedy name, carried forward by a mother who knew how to blend tradition with the occasional spark of fun.